StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between True and Ruff on Proxima Station, the latter edition. In the bottom left side of the map, we have the red Zerg player from Storm Gaming. It is True! Oh, I love this Zerg player so much. And in the top right side of the map, we have the blue Terran player known only to his fans as Ruff. Yes, finally got my hands on a Ruff replay and a True replay at the same time. I've been trying so hard to find replays from both of these players to cast, and 2-in-1. Thank you so much to the person who sent me these to my email at falconpaladin@gmail.com. I owe you in a really, really big way. All right, Ruff enjoys going mech, and True enjoys going mass lings, so we'll see which strategy will prevail today. Hatch first here out of True. Wait a second. Yeah, that's where the natural is on this map. It's just really far away from the main base. This is a pretty safe place to put your natural, but you have to worry about these backdoor rocks. But in all the times I've cast games on this map, I've never seen anybody go for these backdoor rocks. But maybe this will be the first one. Wow, command center first out of Ruff. Supply depot, then command center into barracks, and no gas opening here. This is a very, very macro-intensive opening here from Ruff. Let's see if he can survive an onslaught of lings that True is sure to throw at him in a couple of minutes here. Extractor into pool, which just means that True wants speed when the spawning pool is complete. A little bit of a delay in saturating the extractor. True may be off his game a little bit. When do we start these games? Sometimes we're a little bit rusty, a little bit off, but as the game goes on, we get into the swing of things, don't we? Double refinery, there we go. That's what we're expecting from Ruff. All right, so double refinery basically says we're going mech in some way, whether it's Banshees or whether it's tanks and Thors and whether it's Cyclones. I don't know. I don't know exactly what we're looking at here from Ruff, but those options are all definitely on the table. The barracks is done. Does he want to go? Does he want to go for a Reaper is the question. Nah, it's going to be a Marine. I was going to say he wants to save that gas for other stuff that is mechy, and that rally point tells me it's not going to be a Reaper. A rally point that is somewhere inside his own base or near to it is going to be a Marine every single time. Sloverlord coming on out, and be careful, Sloverlord does turn around a little bit just before it gets in range to see what Ruff is doing. And there's the factory. This is going to be the lifeblood, the linchpin of what Ruff is trying to do is this factory here. Well, not that one, but the several he's going to be planning on building here from this point on. Have not watched this game previously. I don't watch anything that I cast unless I've played in that particular match, as I did in a free-for-all that I posted fairly recently here. Maybe I've already posted it, maybe it's later. Sometimes I cast things and post them in different orders. It's not necessarily consistent that way, but there's a free-for-all either coming up soon or already posted. That is a really good time, actually, that I am involved in. My first free-for-all ever cast on the channel, I believe, because nobody would play one and send it to me, so I had to play it and cast it myself. Knocking down his own kind of backdoor debris into the natural base here is True. There's actually several interesting ways you can get in here. I think he's worried about tanks setting up on this low ground and possibly harassing this Vespian Geyser extractor if nothing else. Kind of reminds me of what we used to see with King Sejong Station that had that problem. Anyway, this Overlord, Sloverlord running for its life. The barracks giving some high ground vision to these Marines. They're trying to kill it, but I think he can escape. Oh, it's going to be moderately close here. Get out, Overlord. If there's only one Marine, he could live. I need one hit point. One hit point. Where the Marines really want him dead. I think I would go up. Where can he go to survive is the question. Lings! Speedlings killing the Marine. One of the Marines that was shooting at their friend there. The other Marine dies too. Staying outside here is dangerous against True. Again, these Speedlings will come trying to knock down a supply depot. There's nothing really stopping them from doing it. There's a tank in production. Tank's not done yet, but the Lings decide to retreat. Anyway, having killed 2 Marines and saved the life of this Overlord is definitely enough for them. Taking both extractors here is True. He already has 2 in his main base. Going to take 2 at his expansion as well. At this point, I would really take a third True. Really, I just take it here. I do some clicks. There it is. Oh, some clicks down here, and the third base is coming up just about now. Triple pumping Vikings is Ruff. What on earth is this? Getting cloak for Banshees out of the tech labs here. All 3 starports have tech labs, which tells me, I don't know. I mean, if he was going pure Viking, he'd have reactors, right, for the double pumping on those things. But it almost tells me we're gonna see either mass Banshee or battlecruiser at some point. He morphs the horribly crippled Sloverlord into an Overseer to scout this out. The Vikings make quick work of it, but he does get a scout off. Changeling tries to land, but the siege tank kills it immediately upon landing. And Liberators now. Okay, so still doing Liberators, but still not with reactors. I'm really not sure why this is a 3 starport opening. He's making an engineering bay. He's getting an armory here. I don't know. I don't actually know. Infestation pit. That is a fast infestation pit for True. Recognizing it is Ruff. He's not going to attack you early, so you might as well tech fast and drone up fast and take 3 bases fast. Aspire on the way for the Zerg player. He does have a Spore Crawler coming up here as well. The Overlords are getting picked off here by Vikings that are Overlord hunting. Almost supply blocking True. 67 out of 68 total supply here. Queen trying to defend against these Vikings. And the Liberator count, let's see, we have 3 here popping. What's he going to do with the starports now is the question. He is a little bit mineral starved, but he's making another Liberator. All right, so Liberator, 3rd command center under construction inside the main base of Ruff right about now. Landing the Vikings and actually harassing this 3rd base here. Queen's coming in to try to deal with this. And doing fairly well with it. Transfuses keeping the Queens alive while they attack the Vikings ground to ground here. And the Vikings decide they can't run because, again, the anti-air of the Queens is really good, but they kill a few drones nonetheless. Killing 3 of them, but losing 3 Vikings. That's probably a trade that True would make every day of the week and twice on Sunday. Liberator count, again, just increasing here crazily for Ruff. Getting Corvid Reactor, increasing the starting energy of Ravens. Getting +1 ship weapons. He has some major plans here. He has some major plans for what he's doing for the Terran race. Hellion under production. SCVs transferring over to long distance mine from this 3rd base location. Got a Changeling here to scout this out and recognizing, oh, there are SCVs coming, there are missile turrets coming up. Oh, the Changeling gets burned alive by Ruff's Hellion. What is that? Another Overseer running around trying to see what is going on. The Liberators say, get out of our base. We will murder you now. Ready, set. There's the explosion. There is the explosion. So Ruff on 3 bases. True should probably go for a 4th at some point. He's getting Corruptors. 8 Corruptors at a time right now with 3 Infestors. Pathogen Glands. Not done yet, but I think the timing is going to work out where that's done just as those Infestors pop, giving them that additional 25 starting energy. 2 Ravens under production by Ruff right now. And Burrow coming in as well for the Zerg player. Planetary Fortress up at that 3rd base. Really wants to defend it extraordinarily well. And here comes our Liberator group trying to come in and shut down this main base entirely. The Corruptors are popping right in time, though. Get out of there. Get out of there, Infestor. Tossing down some infested Terrans. Spore Crawler trying to burrow as well. Where are the Corruptors? Queens trying to get shots off here. And the Liberators are dying, but they're taking a lot of stuff with them, man. And finally, the Corruptors show up, and the Liberators all need to scram because, holy crap, all dead. All dead. All 6 of those Liberators are dead in exchange for about 7 drones, maybe. A couple Queens and some Lings. So, again, I think that's probably something True do all the time. About 1,600 resources lost for the Zerg player. And about 2,500? Yeah, 2,500 lost for the Terrans. So he's not doing super well, but he is allowing... he's keeping himself in a defensive position. True has not been able to really mount any sort of an attack on him in the first 8 minutes, which is a good thing to do if you're a meching player, as you don't have a whole lot of defense. You have to do some kind of harassment. 4th base coming up for True along this left side. Creep spread moving all the times across this middle attack path. And the Corruptors are flying out on their own. Oh, with some Infestor backup, though. Some Burrow move. Infestors here. Building armor on the way for Ruff. +1 vehicle weapons as well. We got missile turrets shooing these Corruptors away. Saying, get out, Corruptors, nobody likes your style. There are missile turrets kind of ringing the base here for Ruff. This is his style. This is his style. It's very turtly, it's very mechy. And it makes for long games, but it does make for an interesting style we don't see a whole lot of in StarCraft 2. So that's why I'm glad to get some of these Ruff replays. Is that a hive? That is a 9-minute hive for True, about 50% complete there. Getting +1 flyer attack for his flying units at the Spire. Recalibrated explosives, increasing the damage done by Hunter Seeker, as well as Infernal Pre-Igniter being researched for Ruff as well. A lot of supply depots coming up. It is 116 to 99 total supply. True has a lead, but it's not a massive one. Corruptor's trying to fly into this natural base. Again, missile turrets saying get out. I mean, they're doing a great job repelling this attempted Corruptor harass. They might be able to pick off a refinery here, possibly, but man, how many missile turrets are there on the map right now? There are 14 missile turrets up for Ruff on these 3 bases. Exactly what he wants, where he wants to be. Is on 3 bases with anti-air, with anti-ground, with some tanks here as well. And again, missile turrets shooing the Corruptors away here. That's exactly what's going on. They're trying to find an area, trying to poke in find something that's vulnerable here for Ruff, but he's done a great job spacing out the missile turrets, not giving the Corruptors an opening to move in, and then upping his Raven count, double pumping them right now. And he has 7 already. Is he just going mass Raven? He pretty much has 9 Hellions, a tank, and 7 Ravens right now. True says, what are you making? The answer is Ravens. The answer is Ravens here. It is a secret, says Ruff. I'm not telling you what I'm doing. Intra-squad battle here. Both players from Psystorm. I'm surprised True hasn't played against Ruff enough to know exactly what is going on here. Landing a 4th base is Ruff. Immediate construction of several missile turrets around this base, trying to save it before the Corruptors see it. Dude, Corruptors have a small window in which to caustic spray down this command center, but they're not making use of it. True, what are you doing instead, man? What are you doing instead? He made an Overseer, that's fine. He's expanding up to the top left for a 5th base. Corruptors moving around, but again, not accomplishing anything whatsoever here. He doesn't know about that base. He doesn't know about that 4th at all. That's a huge problem for True. High-sec auto-tracking being researched by Ruff. Plus 2 vehicle weapons, drilling claws, quadruple pumping cyclones right now, because why not? Because why not make cyclones? Macro hatch coming up inside the main base for True, and another Spire on the way, which tells me he's planning at some point on going Broodlord. Planning on it on some level here. SCV's transferring. They're not worried about Corruptors. Corruptors can do literally nothing to them. They could kill buildings with caustic spray and stuff that flies with a regular attack, but that is it. That is it. They cannot attack individual units on the ground. So Ruff fully saturating that 4th base. 73 to 72 harvesters. True has a tiny bit of a lead here. APM about 300 for True, 200 for Ruff through this stage in the game, and it's just been a macro fest at this point in time. Ruff has kept up. He's kept up in worker count. He's kept up in base count as well. Taking a 6th base now is True at the gold base, just near his main here. It is a long distance to travel to it, but it's really not far as the crow flies. Again, Corruptors trying desperately. Here we go. Ruff trying to get this, a 5th base down here and to the right from his natural, but can he get it there? And the answer is, I do not know. Is that Hunter Seekers? Nope. Lock-on ability there. Infested Terrans trying to land, but a lot of blue flame Hellbats roasting them alive there. Raven, auto turrets. None of the Ravens die, I don't think. They did a good job there, but the Infested Terrans do force a cancel on that 5th base. So the first blood has been drawn here. And it's by True shutting down Ruff's attempt to go for a 5th at the 12-minute mark. A meching Terran going for 5 bases at 12 minutes. Here he goes, moving out with Cyclones, with Hellbats, with Ravens, killing Creep Tumors, getting scans up. The Ravens can see them anyway without the scan, so really an unnecessary scan, but whatevs at this point here. 41 roaches in production by True. Holy cow. 41 roaches. Galera Reconstitution coming up, +1/+1 on the way for those roaches, but not going to be here anytime soon. True is in a lot of trouble, actually. This natural base is under assault, and here we go. Cyclones being used against these roaches extremely effectively. PDD and basically making these Corruptors useless. More roaches coming on in. Auto turrets need to be tossed on down. Hunter Seekers need to be used as well. I can hear some Hunter Seekers landing. There's the explosion on the roaches. This base explodes. The natural base is gone for True. Hellions on the ground just absolutely laying waste to everything that True has here. Auto turrets being tossed down to keep the Ravens alive against these Corruptors. 38 mutas in production for True, though. He made 38 mutas right now. Is it going to be enough to get rid of this army? I feel like it very possibly could be, but there are Cyclones and Hellbats sitting in the main base now, getting rid of the spawning pool. Macro hatch dead as well here. A lot of dead drones, but the mutas have popped. The mutas have popped. The mutas are here. Lock-on ability trying to be used by these Cyclones, but there are just so many Mutalisks that all of the Cyclones are now dead. The Hellbats are trying to take down this hive before they are murdered, but no, not enough DPS. Too much DPS on the Mutalisks, and if the Ravens had been assisting, I feel like maybe they could have pulled it off. But True survives. True survives there. 3 Thors in production for Ruff, getting Widow Mines as well, transitioning to those units to deal with this mass Muta play that True is going for. Where did the Ravens go? Did they go home? I guess they might have been low on energy. Couldn't have done a whole lot against those Mutas anyway. Resources lost is now looking, as we follow the Mutas around, to try to take down this gold base. We're looking at about 14,000 lost for the Zerg and about 10,000 lost for Ruff. Yeah, I was going to say, things have changed a little bit since that last battle. Where are we going? Mutas, there we go. Trying to get inside the main base, getting chased away by a ton of missile turrets, though. And by, have the Thors popped yet? I do not know. Let's see, where are they? Widow Mines here. Thors are here. All right, Thor is here doing that splash damage. Ultralisk Cavern coming up for True. 62 to 63 harvesters. True, again, has lost 41 drones, but was able to replace them pretty quickly. He has another base. He's expanding twice right now. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6, 7, and an 8th base coming up in the very bottom of the map. And then to the right of his 4th as well for True. Just expanding hard. That's what you have to do against mech. If you're Zerg, it's just expand hard. Recognize you're going to lose fights. You're going to lose fights, but try to out-expand and starve out your opponent. Ruff did not take a 5th base in all that confusion and that attack. Mutas are trying to find, again, an area to attack here, but the scan reveals them perfectly as they try to sneak into this natural base. Hunter's secret missiles being tossed on down, but again, Mutas are so fast, they all just kind of... Oh no, one hits! What? How did that even happen? The Mutas are so far away. Most of them failed, but one did manage to finish it off there. Picking off this debris at the back door of the natural base are these Mutas. Again, they do have +3 attack and +1 armor. Holy cow. The Thors have +2 attack of their own. No armor upgrades, although working on it. Vehicle and ship plating level 1 is on the way. And here come True's Lings. The True's Lings are going to try to sneak around this back way now that it has been opened up. But the army is mostly sitting here waiting for that to happen and walling it off with supply depots in the meantime. Yeah, there's just no way the Lings are getting it through here. There's a Widow Mine as well waiting for those Lings to pop on in. What do we got? +1/+1 on the Lings. Pretty good stuff. They do have Adrenal Glands upgrade, which is wonderful as well. Where is his replacement spawning pool? Most of his tech, where to get replaced? He has to have a spawning pool. There's no way he didn't replace that, right? Where is it? Ah, here it is. Here it is. Spawning pool at his 3rd. At his 3rd. Lings now knocking on your back door. Then Adrenal Glands ups their DPS immensely. SCVs are trying to repair it. Can they out-repair the DPS of +1 Lings with Adrenal Glands? The answer is yes. Yes, they can. They can actually out-repair the damage being done here. Mech Army moving out for Ruff. He has a lot of Thors. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 Thors moving out, along with about 12 Ravens. Heading up to this top left base for True. The very top left side of the map. Widowmine fires. 15 kills on that Widowmine. Muta's flying in to finish it off. And we might turn into a base race here. Top left base does end up falling. A lot of dead drones. Some of them do manage to escape, but most of them get roasted up. Lings free inside the natural here. Trying to kill supply depots. Trying to kill SCVs as well. Here come the Ravens. A lot of Hunter Secret Missile going down. The Mutas, big time hits. Trying to split, but still a lot of damage on that Mutaflock there. There are still 10 of them. Still 10 Mutas. Not exactly what True had wanted previously. Auto turrets being tossed down. Trying to get damage down, but they just expire so quickly. Mutas still alive, but missile turrets here in the main base, chasing them back towards the natural, which I think Ruff has just kind of basically given up on. But the 7th base gone for True. He still has the 8th base in the bottom, as well as his 4th here and his 6th base at the gold. But this army is just kind of marching on unopposed. For Ruff, is True... I mean, True's making Ultralisks, which seems like a good choice, although Thor Cyclone pretty good, I'd say, in that situation. I don't know. 4th base up along the long side. There we go. Is there actually some resistance? Yes, Ultras and Lings popping on in, trying to win this thing. Auto turrets messing up the tracking, messing up the pathing of these Ultras, however. Coming from both sides, though. The Thors are getting directly attacked now by these Ultralisks. Ultralisks are falling, though. Is there enough Thor to win the day, as well as the Cyclones doing their extra damage versus armored units? And very close to it, there is 1 Ultra remaining, and 2 Cyclones and a bunch of auto turrets, and he wins the day. Ruff wins that battle, but just by the skin of his teeth there. Not much left for the Terran player. Moving, and the remaining Cyclone gets blown up as well. The Ravens decide to pull on back home here. So having successfully killed 2 bases, not a bad push there by Raven, but losing most of what he had to the Ultras for the most part. Natural base by Ruff is gone. Supply depots gone. Refineries gone. Engineering bays gone as well. Widow Mines on a ramp get taken down by Ultralisks and Lings with Overseer support. And the Lings head on back home. The Mutas try to take down these Ravens, but there are 3 additional Thors here. And they get completely obliterated. Lings are running down and around. I think they want to use that back door to get inside the main base for round 2. Is what I would do if I was True in that situation. I also probably get upgrades for my Lings, but understandable. He is pretty gas starved right now. About 3,900 minerals in the bank and 100 gas is all that he has. Lings trying to assault the replacement 5th base that Ruff just tossed down, but auto turrets chase him away. But that's not going to be enough to chase away these Ultralisks. They do have 5 armor. And again, they're not fully upgraded. I feel like they could have won that battle previously if they did have the full upgrades. But again, Mutalisks, a lot of Mutas kind of detract from that. Auto turrets, Hellbats trying to save this base, but neither of those things are very good against Ultralisks. That Ultra has 7 kills and 7 hit points to his name. The 5th base is forced to lift up here for Ruff. Expanding in the bottom right is True. He's got bases everywhere right now, and replanting his base in the top left, as well as the Zerg player. Ruff has established a command center, upgrading to a planetary fortress in the very top middle of this map. We'll call this the 5th base, as it is the 5th one he has managed to fully get established at this point in time. The other attempts didn't really work out. Still making ravens. Still making ravens here is a Ruff. All right, what are we looking at? Widow Mines in the army, +2 missile attack, +2 melee attack being researched by a True, and a sensor tower coming up for the Terran player as well. So what can we expect? What can we expect here from Ruff is going to be the question. It's just True double expanding, triple expanding right now. Golly, replanting that 6th bit. No, what is it? The 6th base is the gold base. That's going to be like a 9th for him, for True, and replacing the one that he lost earlier at the same time. So he basically has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bases all along this diagonal and down to the left corner. It's all his. Ling's waiting for this 5th base to be replanted by Ruff. We'll call it the 6th from now on. Along this right side, it's just not going to happen. There are a million Zerglings here, Mr. Command Center. I don't know exactly what you're trying to do, but it's not going to end well. The Lings actually kind of retreat, and they allow it to land. Maybe as a sneaky thing, Ling's running into this natural base saying, hey, there's nothing been replanted here by Ruff, so perhaps, I don't know, maybe we can get in here. But nope, fully walling off is Ruff, walling off that backdoor ramp, and Hellbats and auto turrets clearing out a lot of these Lings before most of them do manage to retreat. Well, some of them, 5 Lings anyway, manage to get out of there. And Ruff once again not able to land that 6th base, unfortunately for him. 5th base happily running up here in the top middle of the map. Planetary fortress, missile turrets, double refinery for him. Exactly what you need for this strategy. 16 roaches, Hydralisks coming in for True as well. Excuse me, I am still not completely over whatever the heck was going on. Widow Mine's on the ramp, murdering most of these Lings before they can do much damage. Other Lings running in here. Planetary Fortress should be able to handle it, but Roaches and Ultras really changed the tide of that battle. Trying to repair desperately is this Planetary Fortress. He's got 29 kills, but he's getting focused down by Ultras and by Roaches. Hunter Seeker missiles being tossed down on everything. The Planetary Fortress does die, but the Hunter Seekers hit, doing terrible, terrible damage to the Ultralisks. The Roaches at the same time taking that splash damage from Hunter Seekers. Not what they want to deal with, but they're still alive. The rest of the army for Ruff comes up, tries to avenge the death of that Planetary Fortress. All the Ultralisks are gone, and the Roaches slink away into the night. More Roaches trying to take out this Planetary Fortress here at the 4th base. But no, PF says, I can handle that one all in my lonesome. Roaches here at the 6th base, trying to kill it as well. Pretty mobile. These guys with Glial Reconstitution and +2 attack on that Acid Saliva. That is beautiful. That is beautiful stuff there. And it's going, I mean, it's a liftoff, it's a cancel, it's a run on this 6th base. There's really nothing for it to do right here. Nobody's trying to save it either, so it just has to get out. Roaches and Ravagers here, trying to deal with these Ravens, trying to throw down Corrosive Vials, but again, it's so easy to dodge, especially with fast units like these Ravens are. Hellbats and Thors taking down this hatchery for True. Completely out. Again, he has like 8 others, so I'm not sure how much it matters to him at this point in time. It's 58 to 32 harvesters. Ruff's getting a little bit starved out. He has replaced that 5th base up top, I think by moving his orbital command from the main base. He floated it over, which is a great move. Top left base for True, gonna die. There's really nothing saving it. Nobody near enough to stop this from happening, absolutely for sure. A lot of Roaches, a lot of Lings, a lot of Hydras mixed in now. For True getting a Lurker Den as well. He's going after the 5th base up top. Lings murdering all these SCVs. So many dead SCVs. Down to 20 SCVs here. Hunter Seeker trying to get some shots off. Look at these Roaches and Hydras. Big time splash damage hits there. The Lings all get cleaned out, but there are only 13 SCVs remaining for Ruff right now. Can he do this thing? I just don't know how. Again, he's getting starved out It's 139 to 111 total supply. True has a nice lead. He's got Lings. He's got Roaches. He's got Hydralisks. +2 attack, again, on everybody. And +2 armor on everybody as well. It's just with his 54 Harvesters and his basically 2 mining bases here. 3 mining bases, it looks like. Compared to Ruff's, approximately like 1, maybe? 0.75. But he's moving in. He's on the warpath. He's clearing out creep tumors. He's trying to deal with this Roach, Hydra, Army, PDDs being tossed on down. True does not try to engage into the PDDs all that much. More Hunter Seeker coming from the Ravens, but 2 of them end up sputtering there. However, they get a base out of it. Nicely done. True loses yet another hatchery here in the middle, but Ling's clearing out the 5th base up top once again. While the Army's away from home, Lings get sent up to deal with that, and is True. He does lift off the command center. He does lift off the orbital command and save it. But another base down. We've killed a lot of bases in this game. An orbital command, a planetary fortress, and 7 hatcheries have died thus far in this game. Where did the Army go? The Army's protecting this attempt at a 6th base on the right side. It's been fairly ill-fated so far, but it looks like it is done. At the very least, it is upgrading to a planetary fortress. Bottom right base for True under direct assault by this Army once again. Once again, Thors, tanks, +3 tanks, mind you. Lurkers trying to come in here and make a difference for True. There's the scan, trying to get rid of the Lurkers before they can burrow and do too much damage, and trying to focus them down. The Lurkers are dying very quickly. Hunter Seeker making mincemeat. Look at all this Zerg blood. That Army died in seconds for Ruff. Holy cow, that was amazing. Those of you who like to look at how much supply was lost in that battle will enjoy that one for sure. Bottom right base is gone, and that's it. A true GG. True is defeated, and Ruff is victorious. That was amazing. Ruff getting the win. Again, I think it was this battle. I think it was the Lurkers tried to burrow in there and do some damage, but the tanks focused them down. The Thors focused them down. The Ravens using Hunter Seeker. I mean, the Ravens were MVPs of this match. Absolutely, for sure. 21 kills, 22 kills, 5 kills, 5 kills, 8 kills. All of them having many kills of their name. 14 their resources lost. Zerg player losing, what is that? 61,000 resources compared to a mere 32 out of Ruff. Cost efficiency at its extreme. It's a little bit slow. It's a little bit ponderous. But again, he killed... It doesn't even show me how many hatcheries he killed because he killed so many. I'm going to say it was like 8 or possibly 9 that he killed in this game. Just, he was dead in the water too. He barely has any workers remaining. He has this one base that's sort of mining, and this one too at this goal that's sort of mining. But for the most part, dang, what an absolutely wonderful game out of Ruff. Getting the win against a very, very solid Zerg player named True, who has a lot of respect, and for good reason. All right, so that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.